All right. You know, we all have unicorn tarot decks and oracle decks, right? We all have them. I finally have mine. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to open this with you guys. So it's the Victorian Fairy Tarot. I backed the Kickstarter almost 2 years ago now, and it finally came in, and I am just so excited to share this experience with you. All right, let's get it open. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do this, honestly. Oh, I love this. I'm number 288 for the authentic first edition. Um, this is technically a remake of the Victorian Fairy Tarot that they had out a really long time ago. And you couldn't get it anymore because the printer didn't publish it anymore. And so the people who did the Victorian Fairy Tarot went ahead and did a Kickstarter, which is what I backed. Oh my gosh, what is this? What is this? It's the field notes. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna love this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm gonna love this. Oh, they're like little postcards. My pen pals are gonna love these. Yes. Oh, I'm totally gonna be sending these to pen pals because I really think my pen pals will like them a whole lot. These are great. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of them. Wow. This must be the cloth. Yeah, this has got to be the cloth. Oh, it's so pretty, guys. It's like, oh my goodness, look at that. It's so pretty, guys. Wow. And it's kind of got like this see-through thing to it. So it's kind of like scarf material. But oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, it is just beautiful. Beautiful. Victorian Fairy Tarot. Is this the guidebook? Is this is the guidebook? Look at this book. Oh my gosh. I love the book. Look, it's got mushrooms. Oh, my excitement is like through the roof right now. You have no idea. Let's take a look. Oh, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. You guys. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm a fairy lover. Why we believe in fairies. Oh, a few fairy facts and fancies. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna love going through this book. Absolutely adore going through this book. I can tell that already. Yep. A fleeting glimpse of fairy. One card readings. Oh, a herald spread, which is a 3-card spread, different kind of 3-card spreads for the seasons even. Summer, spring, winter, autumn, and fall. A Tatiana's Dream spread. That's so cool. I'm gonna have to try all these spreads. Yes. Just yes. It's definitely in color. The Major Arcana. Oh my gosh. I love it already. Let's see. What do we got at the back of the book? Has a bibliography. That's cool. And of course, just the end. So that's amazing. I love this book. It's like it's like heavy. It's thick. It's like a book. And I'm a book person. Okay. Oh, and I got the mini version as well as the main version. Look at this box though. Like, can you hear it? A faint phrase, a fleeting melody, as if a tiny harp has been struck nearby, a haunting strain from echoing pipes that draws you on through the bluebells, luminous in the dust. Tiny hands tug at your clothing and your hair. The fairies have found you. Ooh. The box is perfect, of course. Always, everything is perfect. So I'm gonna pause you for a minute so I can open these up. All right, so I have these open. They're like little 2-part boxes, which is super cool. And they are semi-glossy, which I don't mind. I thought they were going to be high gloss. I am so glad they are not high gloss. Oh man, am I so glad they are not high gloss. They have a really pretty golded gilding. They're a little bit stuck together, but that's par for the course when you get a brand new deck. So I will be splitting them apart as I go. But yeah, oh my gosh. These cards are fantastic. The Conjurer instead. Oh my goodness. Look at the colors on these cards, and they're borderless. Oh, yes, I am for it, guys. Absolutely for it. so for this. It's so crazy. You know what though? I have the Russian version of this deck from way back, from a long time ago. I couldn't get my hands on an English version, so I ended up getting the Russian version, the Fairy Bride. And so I think I'm going to go get that deck, and we're going to do like a little side-by-side walkthrough and see how much this changed over the years, I guess, from when it was first published to now. And then here's the little mini edition. They're so perfect for my hands. Look at how perfect. And they are also gold gilded. These ones aren't sticking as much as the other deck, as the bigger deck. So, but it's got the same finish on it. It's not super glossy. It's just got like this little tiny sheen on it, but it feels, you know, pretty smooth. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna go get the Russian version because I really do want to do a side-by-side of this. So I will be right back. I am back and I found my Russian version. It came in this really flimsy tuck box and it didn't have a book or anything. These are the backs of the cards. These ones are not in order. I did put the major arcana in order because it has the numbers on it. I don't understand Russian, and as you can see, none of these cards have regular numbers on them, so I don't know what order they actually go in. So I'm just going to be using the major arcana as a comparison. That's all I'm going to do. So first off, the backs are a little bit different, which you can see. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the difference between these two. Oop, move stuff out of the way here so that I have enough room to do this. Okay, so zoom in. There we go. Let's zoom in. Definitely bigger. These ones are definitely bigger than the original version. So this is the Fool. There is no border on both of these cards, but there's the gold on the bottom of this one. I prefer this. The coloring is more vibrant in the newer edition. I think definitely. I like the bigger version, I think. Even though it's going to be harder for me to shuffle, I do like the bigger version. Coloring's a little bit different in these two. Like this one's a little bit brighter yellow. But that seems to be the only real difference other than the bigger cards. Yeah. Coloring is definitely very much a difference in there. But I like it. I like both of them for different reasons, but the bigger is going to be much easier for me to see with my impaired vision already. And I'm not noticing anything very different at all, other than the colors. This one's more vibrant than this one. That's interesting. These ones look about the same, just a little bit different coloring, just a tiny bit. Yeah, these are so pretty. Oh my gosh, my little heart is just pounding and pounding and pounding still because I just got them in, and it's just so amazing to even have them, an English version. I mean, seriously, an English version. You have no idea how hard it is for me to do this to be reading readings in a different language. And I'm sure there's lots of people who do it, especially people who don't live in the States. So, I mean, props to you guys. If you could do it in another language and you could do it in more than one language, props. Super big props to you, because Russian was a little hard for me. I was guessing. So I didn't really use them very often, but that's okay. That's quite all right. That is quite all right. Death. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Gosh. These cards are just gorgeous. They're just so, so pretty. I love them so much. I can't wait to actually start like using them regularly. Cannot wait for that. Oh, this one's still sticking here. Oh my goodness. See, the vibrance in this card is way different than the vibrance in this card for sure. Like, I think their color choices changed a tiny bit as they went, but the vibrancy in this one is more than in this one. Interesting. So that's so cool though. Oh my gosh, the Sun card. Oop, this one's still sticking. Like I said, that's new deck, and the gilding makes it stick a little bit, but that's to be expected with a brand new deck with gilding. The older decks do not have gilding on them as far as I know. At least based off the Russian one and the World. Oh my gosh, so stinking pretty. Oh, and there's the Herald of Spring. I don't think the Russian version had that. Let's see. Let's see if we can find that card really quick. I mean, is this a new addition to this? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see if we can find the Herald. There it is. Okay, so Herald of Spring. So this must be going into minors. Knight of Spring. Okay, so yeah, this is going into the minor arcana. Awesome. So anyways, let's keep going with our flip through of this deck so I can show you all the absolute goodness that there is and ever was with the Victorian Faery Tarot. And my excitement is so just electrifying right now. Like the amount of happiness in my heart is insane. Like the amount of happiness is insane. I'm just so giddy. And I just can't wait to work with it, honestly. It's going to be such a fantastic experience because it's one I've waited for. This is my unicorn deck. This is the deck that I'm like, yes, please, I need this deck. And it's always been so far out of my price range that it was unreal. And then when this came on Kickstarter, my whole body was just like, oh my God, is this a dream? Is this a dream? And it wasn't, and it was real, and it was by the people who made the original Victorian Faery Tarot. So I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I jumped on it. You got all of this for like one price. That was the really cool part about this Kickstarter is I didn't pay extra for a ton of this stuff. This was all reward stuff. The other stuff was rewards from them meeting their goals. And I mean, they didn't take us for an arm and a leg. I mean, yes, it did take them a lot of time to get to us, but I think they had a lot of trouble with printers and printing the way that they wanted. So I think that was a big battle for them and kind of set them apart because they did want to support more independent printers, but I think they kind of got screwed over. And she stayed in contact. Like that was the really cool part is she absolutely stayed in contact with us. I didn't have any issues with waiting because I knew this deck was going to be amazing and I knew that I wanted it. It was my unicorn deck. So of course, I'm just going to wait till the ends of the earth for it. I mean, I was already waiting for it anyways, you know what I mean? So waiting to get my hands on it anyways. So what was a couple of years after I already paid for it and was just waiting. So I'm a big believer in you know, things happen and those things happen and then you can either deal with it with grace or you can deal with it with not grace. And I'm a grace kind of girl. So that's what I did. And I was it didn't matter how long it took to get to me, as long as it got to me. And I'm so happy it did. I love the art so much. There's so much positivity coming off of this deck for me and so much love that's been put into the artwork of this deck already. Yeah, I just can't. My emotions are kind of like all over the place right now just because this deck was one of my unicorn decks. And it's hard to believe that I just finally have it. And I'm so excited about that. These cards are so stunning though. And this will be the first time I get to actually work with it. Like I did try to work with the Russian version, but I just could not wrap my brain around those Russian words. And then, you know, it's time consuming to change it to English. So I just did not do that. But I could easily go through and do that still. It's just time consuming to do it because I've got to cross out the Russian version and then add in the English version. But now I have the English version. So I'm going to keep the Russian version anyways. It's going to go in my little box of happiness. The Russian version is, and it's just going to stay in my little box of happiness, and I'm going to keep it forever and ever and ever just because it was an experience to even try to work with that deck for me, and I am not willing to give that kind of experience up, even though it was a difficult endeavor for me. And now that I have this one, I'm just elated, absolutely elated. It's going to be my new favorite deck, I'm pretty sure. And I honestly can't wait to see the readings, the actual card meanings, because the Russian version did not come with a book. Oops. It did not come with a book. So I was just using what I knew and kind of going from there based off my learning of the tarot. But these cards, absolutely on par to perfection of Fae for me. And you know me, I'm your Fae girl. I'm going to find all your Fae decks and I'm going to show them to you. But look at that gilding. And see, once it's all split apart, look, it's nice. It's pretty. It's pretty, you know, fannable. It's pretty fannable. Let's see, can I shuffle this deck? Oh my gosh, there's no way. My hands barely, like I cannot. It won't even go down because I'm just not, there's nothing. So if I do it maybe in a smaller section, I can probably do it. There we go. Smaller sections I can shuffle. So riffle shuffling. The cards are pretty bendable actually. Riffle shuffling in parts. Here, let me zoom you out just a little bit here, so you can actually see. There we go. So I'm just doing it like I split it in half, and then I'm just shuffling the halves because that's one way to shuffle. And they're pretty bendable. They're bendable but sturdy. They feel appropriate. And then what else can I do to shuffle? I can do this. Ooh, they bend this way. So I can do like a waterfall style shuffle. Look at that. I like that. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, let's pick a card and see what the book reading is like. Let's see. Let's see what the book reading is like. Okay, we've got 9 of Summer. 9 of Summer. So that's spring. That's winter, autumn, summer. 9. Look at that. 9 of Summer. Oh, beautiful summer night. The fragrance of the bedewed garden mingles with fairy music as the evening comes alive with enchantment. A fairy lady plays with a flitter of fireflies. That's so cute. Rapturously joining in their ethereal dance. If she catches one and gives it a kiss, she gets her wish. The flowers that surround her add their own wishful magic. Spearmint for virtue, moonflowers for dreams, fairy flax for spinning those dreams into reality. But the most important element in the light heart of the fairy herself, for it is the spirit of joyful optimism that carries her wish forward, a shimmering light dancing through the gloaming. When you get this card in a reading, this is traditionally known as the wishing card, and when it appears in a reading, you can look at it in 2 ways. Either your existing wish will come true, whatever it is, or it's time to make a new wish. Ooh, I like that. Make a new wish. As the universe is conspiring in your favor, knowing what you want is the first step to manifesting your dreams. Then reach out with both hands, capture your heart's desire. In a nutshell, optimism, a wish fulfilled, luck in love, and emotional matters. And then on the side of the card, like beneath it, in the book, it says, how sweet at midnight to recline, where flows the cool and fragrant stream. There half repeat some glowing line, the court each wild and fairy dream. Andrews Norton. Cool. Do all of the cards have that at the end? They do. Fruits, which, yes, they all do that. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. Okay, and this card is perfect because, you know, my wish was just fulfilled with this deck. So how perfect is that? Okay, anyways, so I'm going to go before I continue my gushiness of these cards. And I love it. I should see really quick if I can actually shuffle the mini deck. I have really tiny hands already, and some people complain that mini decks are too small, but I have not come across a deck that is too small yet. So here's the mini version being shuffled. Look at that. Yes. I love it. It's harder to riffle shuffle because it's so small, but absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to go. If you have this deck, let me know what you think, and you guys have a very great day.